Hello and welcome to the Dragon Ball Figuarts News Roundup, where I'll be recapping and discussing all Dragon Ball S.H. Figuarts news for the months of May and June 2024. All timestamps and links will be in the description, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. On May 15th, 2024, Tamashii Nations announced that Pan and Gil, also known as Giru, from Dragon Ball GT would be joining the S.H. Figuarts line as a premium Bandai exclusive release. Pan was initially shown, however, earlier on March 13th, 2024, in a promotional shot alongside GT Trunks. Pre-orders for Pan and Gil opened on May 17th and close on August 4th. They cost $60 USD with an expected delivery month of January 2025. Here we have Pan and Gil's first set of promotional shots. Starting on the left, we have a shot of Pan and Gil in basic standing poses, with Pan sporting a closed-mouthed smiling expression, a folded arms piece, and her rucksack, which is what the official product page is calling it, so sure. On the right, we have a shot of Pan in a battle-ready pose, with a teeth-clenching expression, two fist hands, and again, the rucksack. Going off of what I've seen, I believe that Gil will be a static figure with no articulation of his own, but I haven't really seen any confirmation of this either way, so I'm not really sure yet. So far, I think these facial expressions and the overall sculpt do a pretty great job of presenting Pan as she appeared in Dragon Ball GT. Next up, on the left, we have a shot of Pan in a pose firing off a Kamehameha, with a yelling expression and two gripping hands. On the right, we have a shot of Pan posed in midair, recreating the attack that is often referred to as Maiden's Rage or Maiden's Blast, with the exchangeable windswept hair parts, as well as the two energy bullet effect parts that come with those two hands. Now, those two energy bullet effect parts do look very similar to the yellow energy ball pieces that came with the Dragon Ball Super Android 17 and 18 figures, though I can't 100% confirm whether or not that's a reused sculpt. Either way, they're a vibrant yellow and I think they're perfectly serviceable, if not a bit small for the source material they're representing. Next, we have a shot of Pan posing a high-flying kick with the exchangeable windswept hair parts, a teeth gritting expression, and two fists. After that, we have an image of Pan flying forward with an open-mouthed smiling expression, a right fist, and a left splayed open hand. Next, we have a promotional shot recreating Dan Dan Kokoro, the opening of Dragon Ball GT. Here, Pan is positioned alongside the previously announced GT Trunks and already released GT Goku figure. Here on Pan, we see an open-mouthed smiling expression as well as two splayed open hands. Here we can also see an open-mouthed smiling expression on Goku, an accessory that comes exclusively with this release of GT Pan. Overall, that expression for Goku is quite accurate to how he appeared during GT's opening sequence, with that big toothless grin. For the final promotional shot, we see Pan standing alongside GT Goku and GT Trunks, with a basic smiling expression and an exchangeable crossed arms piece. So, to summarize, Pan and Gil are a premium Bandai release. Pre-orders opened on May 17th and will close on August 4th, with an expected delivery month of January 2025. They are listed at $60 USD. According to her official product description, Pan comes with her main body, two left and two right exchangeable hands, three exchangeable expression parts, an exchangeable hair part set, left and right energy bullet effect parts with hands, an exchangeable crossed arms piece, a rucksack, Gil, and an expression part for Son Goku GT. Pan's premium Bandai listing will be in the description below. Now, moving on to this year's San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. On May 14th, 2024, Tamashii Nations revealed that they would once again be making an appearance at San Diego Comic-Con, with 3 different event-exclusive releases in the S.H. Figuarts Dragon Ball line. As of right now, these 3 figures are only being sold at the event on July 25th through the 28th. To start things off, we have an exclusive repaint of Final Battle Jiren, as he appeared at the end of the Tournament of Power / Universal Survival arc. On the left here, we have our first product shot, Jiren in a standing pose, with a stern facial expression, and 2 fist hands. On the right, we have a shot of Jiren in a pose about to launch his signature Power Impact, with a teeth-clenching facial expression, a right gripping hand, and a left hand holding his Power Impact effect part. Now, this paint job on Jiren is meant to represent the super full power form that Jiren took on during his final bout with Universe 7, There's a pink hue over the entire figure, and his pants are especially shiny and glossy, but I'll talk about that more when we get to the comparison shots. Next up, on the left, we have Jiren in a chopping pose, with a yelling expression, a right knife hand, and a left fist. On the right, we have a shot of Jiren in a floating pose, with a stern expression and two fists. This is a very muscular figure. Moving on. Here we have a shot of Jiren in a mid-air pose, with a teeth-clenching expression, a splayed-open right hand, and a gripping left hand. I do really like how expressive this figure and its original release are. Honestly, especially in this upcoming shot. Here we have a shot of Jiren getting knocked back, with a closed eyes wincing expression, as well as two gripping hands. For whatever reason, I love it when Dragon Ball figures come with closed eyes expressions. It just makes them feel even more dynamic to me in a weird way, and this is one of the best that Tamashii Nations has done to date. It really expresses pain in a way that can be difficult for a figure to convey. Anyway, I'm very excited to say that with this being a repaint of an older figure, it is now time for some comparison shots. First things first, here we have two basic standing shots, with the SDCC exclusive Jiren on the left and the original release on the right. Here is where you really notice the difference in paint. On the right, the original release has a much more matte finish all around, while the shine and gloss on the clothing of the event exclusive is really unmissable. Everything on the event exclusive release also takes on these red and pink hues, emulating the aura that Jiren emits at the end of the Tournament of Power. The last thing I would like to note on this image of the event exclusive figure though is the eyes. Here, Jiren's sclera is presented as white as opposed to gray as it appears on the original release and, as far as I can tell, the source material. Maybe I'm missing something, but it's worth noting either way. Next up, we have a comparison of the two figures holding their effect pieces. The two effect pieces seem to be virtually the same, with the only difference to note here being once again the differences in paint job on the figure's actual body. Here's our final comparison between the two versions of this figure. The last thing I'd like to note is that outside of the difference in color of the sclera, the two figures also have slightly different detailings in the eyes as well. Anyway, with that, let's summarize this event exclusive's release. Jiren Final Battle Exclusive Edition is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive release, available at the event from July 25th through the 28th. He will cost $75 USD. According to his official product description, Jiren comes with his main body, 3 interchangeable heads, 3 pairs of interchangeable hands, and his Power Impact effect part. With that, let's move on to the next San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Also coming to San Diego Comic-Con, we have Son Goku and Son Gohan Kid and Kinto-Un Exclusive Edition. A genuine mouthful for what is genuinely the exclusive figure that I'm the most excited about. But I won't get ahead of myself. On the left, we have a shot of Goku posed holding Gohan as he did during the first set of eye catches in Dragon Ball Z. Goku is sporting a smiling front view expression with a right knife hand and a left fist hand. Gohan here is in his sitting torso piece. On the right, we have a shot of Goku in an early Spirit Bomb type pose, recreating a shot from Cha-La Head Cha-La, the first opening of Dragon Ball Z. Here he has a teeth-gritting expression, a right fist hand, and a left martial arts hand. Now, the reason why this is the event exclusive that I am the most excited for is that this is and always has been my favorite version of Goku. From art style to characterization, I love Goku from early Z, especially the early Saiyan saga. For me, this release is a must-have. So, no matter what, I will find a way. Next up, we have 2 more promo shots. On the left, we have Goku and Gohan recreating another eye catch, with Goku sporting a side view smiling expression and a left fist hand, and Gohan's there doing his own thing. On the right, we have a shot of Goku posed the power pole, also known as the Nyoibo, as he appears at the very end of the first version of Dragon Ball Z's first opening. Here, Goku has a more stern smiling expression, as well as the power pole with 2 hands to hold it. I love this figure's facial expressions, especially this one on the right and the teeth-gritting expression from the previous set of promo shots. They perfectly encapsulate the way I picture young adult Goku. I also love how cute Gohan looks in these images as well. It's all just working for me. Next, we have a shot of Goku posed holding Gohan on the Kinto-Un, also known as the Flying Nimbus. Goku is sporting a windswept hairpiece, a front-facing smiling expression, an open, relaxed right hand, and a left fist. Gohan is in his sitting torso piece once again. The Kinto-un is configured with its straight tail. It's great to see the Kinto-un in figure form once again, especially with the new sculpt suited for an adult-sized Goku and others. For the final promo shot of this release, we basically have a different angle in the last shot, except this time the Kinto-un has its curved tailpiece. Both this and the last shot are recreating different moments in the first opening of Dragon Ball Z. Once again, with this being an event-exclusive update on a previous figure, I've got some comparison shots lined up. However, there's a lot more to talk about with this figure. The figure I have chosen to compare this event-exclusive Goku release to is Goku, a Saiyan raised on Earth, as that is the figure that this new Goku release takes the most from, first and foremost. To start things off, I want to mention the differences between these two releases that come from them representing two different sagas. You see, the Saiyan raised on Earth figure on the right is representing Goku from the Namek saga, while the new event-exclusive Goku on the left is representing Goku from the very start of the Saiyan saga. Starting at the bottom, these two are wearing different boots. While the Saiyan raised on Earth Goku has the laces of his boots tied in a little bow, as he did in the Namek saga, the SDCC Goku's laces are simply red circles. Moving up, Namek Saga Goku has the Go symbol on the front and back of his gi, while early Saiyan Saga Goku has the turtle symbol on both sides. Finally, a more stylistic choice, the head sculpts are completely different. The sculpt of the SDCC Goku's hair seems to be very fine-tuned to Goku's design in the early Saiyan saga, while the Saiyan raised on Earth Goku's hair is more indicative of not just the late Namek saga, but honestly the rest of the series. That base form head sculpt works as a head sculpt for base Goku at any time in the series, as we've seen in its reuse for Goku from Dragon Ball Super Superhero. While the SDCC Goku is very specifically geared towards the Saiyan saga. They're basically two different philosophies that are equally valid. One's preference in that regard is entirely subjective. However, I will say that the detailing and accuracy of the faceplates has definitely improved over time. In this second comparison, I'd like to highlight just how expressive the SDCC Goku figure is. While the expressions on the OG were still very well made, especially at that point in the line, the new figure blows it out of the water in pure cartoonish, exaggerated expression. Both the sculpt and the added paint and line work do wonders to make this figure look as though it jumped off the page and out of the screen. Both look great, but the SDCC exclusive really feels like Dragon Ball to me. Here is our final comparison shot. I think having this Goku come with the power pole and these hands to hold it is a great plus. Also, that expression is easily my favorite on the SDCC figure. I love the original A Saiyan Raised on Earth, but this figure on the left perfectly represents my all-time favorite version of Goku, and for that, it has already won my heart. Son Goku and Son Gohan Kid and Kinto-un Exclusive Edition are a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive release, available at the event from July 25th through the 28th. They will cost $100 USD. According to their official product description, they come with Goku's main body, 3 interchangeable facial expressions, 2 interchangeable left hands, 4 interchangeable right hands, an interchangeable head part, being the windswept hair, Son Gohan's main body, interchangeable parts for Gohan, support parts for Gohan, the power pole, Kinto-un, and interchangeable parts for Kinto-un. With that, let's move on to the final SDCC exclusive. The final Dragon Ball figure coming to San Diego Comic-Con is Future Trunks Super Saiyan Exclusive Edition. On the left, we have a shot of Trunks in a pose firing off a Gallic gun with the front view yelling expression and 2 splayed open hands. On the right, we have a shot of Trunks in a standing pose with a smirking expression, a right hand holding onto his sword, and a left fist. Now, the finish on this figure is meant to represent how he looked right before firing off a Gallic gun in Dragon Ball Super. Next up, on the left, we have a shot of Trunks charging up a Gallic gun with a side view yelling expression, 2 gripping hands, and a Gallic gun effect piece. On the right, we have a shot of Trunks firing off a Gallic gun in midair with a teeth gritting expression and 2 splayed open hands. Technically, that could also just be a generic beam pose, but it fits the Gallic gun pose and the figure is all Gallic gun themed, so I'm just going to say that that's what it is. For Trunks' last promo shot, we have a sword slashing pose with a side view yelling expression and 2 hands holding Trunks' unsheathed sword. Now, I would really like to talk about the comparison between this figure and its original release. So of course, right off the bat, the main difference between these two figures is the paint job. The iridescent purple finish is exclusive to the SDCC release, which also gives the hair a more pearly look compared to the original release's bright yellow. I would also like to say, though it is a bit covered in this image, that the SDCC Trunks has a face with a much more detailed paint job, as is generally the case with repaints and especially exclusives in this line. Outside of the paint though, I really want to talk about the difference in accessories between these two figures. So first and most notably, the SDCC Trunks does not come with a base Trunks head, while the original release did. However, I must note that the SDCC release actually includes some of the original figure's base form expressions as Super Saiyan expressions instead, which is a welcome addition, though it is still unfortunate that we completely lost the base form head. For the last comparison, we have the two figures in Gallic Gun poses. Interestingly enough, the SDCC Trunks changed its teeth gritting expression to be front view, while adding an extra yelling expression to take the side view. Now, between these two images, I do think the Gallic Gun effect on the SDCC figure is a little bit more pink in tone than the original. Speaking of effects though, the final omission from the SDCC Trunks figure is unfortunately the large Sword of Hope effect, so no Sword of Hope with this release unfortunately. So to summarize, Future Trunks Super Saiyan Exclusive Edition is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive release, available at the event from July 25th through the 28th. It will cost $75 USD. According to his official product description, Trunks comes with his main body, 3 interchangeable faces, 4 interchangeable left hands, 3 interchangeable right hands, a Gallic Gun effect part, and a sword set. With that, let's move on to the final articulated figure of this roundup. On June 26, 2024, Tamashii Nations announced that Vegeta Older Style Battle Clothes would be joining the SH Figuarts line as a premium Bandai exclusive release. Pre-orders opened on June 28th with an expected delivery month of February 2025. He is listed at $60 USD. Here we have Vegeta's first set of promotional shots. On the left, we have a shot of Vegeta standing, posed as though he's putting on his gloves, with a stern expression, a right fist, and a left splayed open hand. On the right, we have a shot of Vegeta dozing off as he did in the Namek Saga, with a closed eyes expression and a crossed arms piece. Here we have another figure with a closed eyes expression, which again, I am a fan of. I would also like to note that this crossed arm piece swaps out at the butterfly joints, unlike older releases that would swap out at the bicep joint and could be kind of finicky to deal with. Next up, on the left, we have a shot of Vegeta in a mid-air pose, with a yelling expression, 2 fists, and his damaged armor part. On the right, we have a shot of Vegeta crying like a little baby, with a crying expression, 2 gripping hands, and a damaged armor part. This is genuinely awesome. That emotional breakdown was so shocking for Vegeta's character in the story, and having it be represented in figure form is a welcome surprise. This also means that Vegeta is now joining the elite group of characters who have figures with tears or sweat, those being Tien, Krillin, Beerus, and Broly, and any others that I may be missing right now. Not only that, but this figure is not only crying or sweating, but both. Haha, disgusting. Next, we have a shot of Vegeta giving Jace a good old chop, with a yelling expression, a right knife hand, and a left fist. Jace, of course, is sold separately. Finally, we have a shot of Vegeta posed grappling and struggling with First Form Frieza, with Vegeta sporting a teeth-gritting, truly struggling expression, as well as 2 gripping hands. Now, I have to say that I'm actually really looking forward to this figure. Where the Saiyan Saga has my favorite version of Goku, the Namek Saga actually has my favorite version of Vegeta. And I am a really big fan of the way this figure looks so far. Honestly, I think I may give some more in-depth thoughts on this figure sometime down the line, so stay tuned for that. So, to summarize, Vegeta Older Style Battle Clothes is a premium Bandai release. Pre-orders opened on June 28th with an expected delivery month of February 2025. He is listed at $60 USD. According to his official product description, Vegeta comes with his main body, 3 pairs of exchangeable hands, 4 exchangeable expression parts, an exchangeable battle clothes part set, and exchangeable folded arms piece. So with that, let's move on. On June 5th, 2024, Tamashii Nations announced that Tamashii Stage Dragon Ball Store Limited Edition would be available from July as a Tamashii Nations Store exclusive item. To read from Tamashii Web directly, from Dragon Ball, each of the Dragon Balls, from the 1-star ball to the 7-star ball, are available from Tamashii Stage. Which of the 7 Dragon Balls you'll get is a surprise. So it's basically a random chance type thing. As far as promo images go, it's all just the different Dragon Balls, numbered 1 through 7, plus an image of Kid Goku on the 4-star stand. To recap, there are Dragon Ball stands on sale for SH Figuarts at the physical Tamashii Nations store locations. They cost 10 USD. Finally, on May 7th, 2024, Tamashii Nations announced that Extra Battle Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan Anger Exploding into Power would be joining the FiguartsZERO line of Dragon Ball statues. It is a web exclusive, and pre-orders open on May 8th with an expected delivery month of November 2024. Basically, it's a statue recreating Gohan's demolition of the Cell Juniors during the Cell games. Brutal stuff. Anyway, this Gohan statue retails for 120 USD, and I think he looks pretty cool. Anyway, that'll be all for this edition of the Dragon Ball Figuarts News Roundup. I hope you all have a good day, good week, good month, good anything, and take care. I'll catch you all later. Peace.